Hi, I'm Kat and the Vampire Academy TV show is finally here. It has been a ride to get here. I am an OG book fan. I first read the books when I was like 14. I'm wearing my Vampire Academy top. I've been here for all of the ups and the downs in the fandom and the movie and everything in between. I've been following the TV show from the moment it was announced. I have a whole playlist of videos of me reacting to it being announced, to the cast, to the trailers, to filming. So go watch all of those if you haven't already. And it's been an emotional ride to get to this TV show as well. So when it was first picked up, I was worried that it was gonna be so bad and just be ruined and that they were gonna change everything and it was just going to be a repeat of the movie. But I've come a long way. I have accepted that there would be changes made and the TV show is different. And that's okay. So this is your once per video reminder that the TV show is different and that is okay. It is alternate universe Vampire Academy. We should all be familiar with the concept of the multiverse by now. So the TV show, the movie, and the books can all coexist because the TV show being what it is does not detract from the books. As I am filming this piece, I have watched the first 4 episodes and I really like the show. I can see where they're pulling all of the different things from, and because it's different, I don't know where they're going to go from here and what they're going to use from the books and what they're not going to use. I will be making a video per episode, so you'll get my little intro of me here and then me live reacting to the episode, and then we'll come back and discuss. So let's go back in time and see Kat from last night watching the first episode. There will 100% be spoilers in these videos. If you're watching it, I'm assuming that you've either seen the show or you don't care about spoilers. And yeah, I've got 4 hours of Vampire Academy to watch tonight, so let's go. For my Australian VA fans, it is on Stan. You know, an Australian streaming service for our Australian Rose. I don't know if there's anything more for me to say. I have some snacks. I'm gonna buy dinner after I watch the first episode. I'm gonna write notes on my phone. I am pressing play.
Once, long ago, we lived in the human world. The Moroi vampires who make the rules.
Yes, we need this for the people who don't.
Undead vampires
haven't read the books.
Even to unlikely friends.
Are we gonna get that intro? Is the intro gonna change every episode? Oh, already fancy. Is that a cake? Is it Lys's birthday? Or is it the Queen's birthday? I love that castle.
I look like a fucking macaroon.
The first thing she said was a swear word and I fucking love it.
That's funny.
Legit. I love wearing boots with dresses too. It's very high tech of them. Oh, it went to the attack is happening tonight because it went to 48. And then 200th birthday. It's the Queen's 200th birthday. I thought she said 100 before. Okay. How long do these Moroi live?
It's humiliating. How do they not know who I am?
The eye color thing is interesting.
No.
Rose, behave.
Boys. Alberta. Don't encourage her.
She's a guest of Moroi Princess. Let her have some fun.
Oh,
aren't here
are
to
they
have
friends?
Nice. Excuse you.
Good reflexes.
What are the
But her family's alive.
like that?
His father to his mother. How are my delightful grandchildren?
Wow.
Happy birthday, fair lady.
Princess Vasilisa, angel to your brother Andre's devil.
He is shameless, Your Majesty.
Is Andre and Tatiana? I didn't know it was gonna be like seeing butts. Okay, we're really not in YA anymore. Oh yes, open the gates when you hear a weird noise. I'm sure that's The best idea. Now if I'd stayed behind the gate, we would have had more time to prepare. Oh.
I'm pretty sure Andre danced with every single girl at that party.
Okay, here we go. Oh, does that mean the limo driver's gonna die too?
My son, the next king of the
Finally. Speaking.
And Rose, my best friend.
She's about to die too. Oh. Oh, so
It's time.
was Rose stayed at the academy? And Lissa left to mourn for 3 months? But they were separated. It's a big jump. Show off.
It's all right.
Oh no,
Harmless.
they're hot.
How's something?
Fucking adorable.
I love that it's fucking adorable because that's exactly how I speak.
Anything else get in our way of our plans for the future?
He is good looking though.
Oh,
I didn't notice.
sure. I love them already.
Really,
Getting emotional.
really happy.
Will Rose Hathaway be a problem?
Rose is always a problem.
Yeah.
She's one of our best guardian novices.
Jay is really gonna make me like Victor. No, don't like Victor. Is that Alice?
And Rose?
When she finishes her training, we'll find her placement in one of the other provinces.
She won't like that.
Maroi comes.
I don't like
Rose
that.
knows.
Yeah, she'll do her duty protecting Lissa. Do we have the bond? So does Sonia not know she's a spirit user as well?
All right, who's there?
It's Christian.
Oh.
So we didn't go to school with them before.
Stick it out. You'd be
They're
surprised by
adorable.
how secrets these things- Beautiful.
It sounds like an Asian language.
Azarila.
Oh, they're so adorable. Dump ears. Let's go. They haven't even said a word.
wards around the gate.
You're kind of a guardian nerd, aren't you?
She probably got in trouble, hey. No, go back to the dump ears. Oof. So those weird masks are part of the Moroi ceremony stuff. I don't like them.
I've only got to be number one for like a day.
I'm more comfortable on top.
Don't I know it?
Okay, Meredith's reaction was, come on, go. You can do it. I'm on her side no matter what. Superhero landing. Okay. I want to go back to the top ears. Yes, Lissa and Christian are adorable. But Rose, she's so pretty. And that dress is gorgeous. Oh. And then, yeah.
Maybe he didn't love me and I didn't love him in that way, but we were good together.
Mia has so much more motivation to be a bitch now. Oh, so are they doing burning instead of cutting?
What are you doing?
Oh, that's the umbrella from the museum. Okay, so maybe it was just they get one each instead of one representing each of the Dragomers. Is there any reason that he has to be shirtless on a turret, or is he just like for the aesthetics? Ooh. They're in trouble. Is Dimitri gonna tell on them and then that's why Rose gets sent back to the Dampier dorms? Oh, the umbrella. Oh, it's dark and she's bleeding. She's running behind, in front of Lissa. Oh, there's the Strigoi sensor. She just throw her into Lissa. What? Lissa, get behind the fucking horse. And Dimitri. There he is. Those are some intense words. She didn't just get to keep her room?
I think Unicorn and Maroi is
The email from Janine. Let's see all of this. Please do better. Oof.
I want to see if you're okay.
You don't get that many good shots in. I'm not really in the mood to spar, so.
Okay.
Today it felt like the universe was conspiring against me.
That's adorable.
The pleasure to meet you, Novice Hathaway.
And you as well, Your Majesty.
Basilissa Dragomir is an important
My fave bestie.
She's my family.
formal setting. Protocol to kiss my aging royal buttons. What the?
We're just skipping Tatiana. I really liked it. Like, I'm getting emotional over Rose and Lissa. But it was good. I was a little thrown by the butt, but the show was good. Okay, now I have my notes. Let's discuss. How did you feel about the episode? I just made notes as I was watching, so we're gonna go through them one by one, and this will 100% be rambly as fuck. Like, that's the only way I know how to do reviews. First up, eye colors with the Moroi is interesting, changing how royalty works. So I thought the flashing eye colors in the trailers were going to be like compulsion, but apparently they don't know what compulsion is at the moment. So the royal Moroi have yellow gold flashing eyes, and the non-royal have like purple. And it's very interesting that they've made such a distinction in royal and non-royal, like physically, because in the books there's no like physical difference. It's just, you know, like a matter of like station. That was a very interesting change. 200th birthday. The current queen, Marina, so it's not even Ekaterina, it's Marina, is turning 200. What? Like, not to keep comparing it to the books, but like the books is where we know what we know. But Ekaterina is like 120 in the books, and everyone's waiting for her to drop dead at any moment. And this queen is 200. What? So how long do these Moroi live? Do the Dampiers also live quite long lives? What? Mikkel and Rose are friends, like that when she's walking along in the party and she's wearing the boots, and then they kick each other's feet. That's adorable. I'm going to say the words adorable so many times here because there's so many fucking adorable things. And then I have, are Alyssa's parents gonna speak? I don't think her mother spoke one word. So was she just like cast as an extra? And then her dad didn't speak until later on in the limo. It is a little weird that they didn't speak as much. It was like, you gotta speak, and then Andre kept speaking. Speaking of Andre and Mia were engaged? What? This is giving Mia so much more reason to be a bitch. It wasn't just like a little affair she had to like try and worm her way into royal society. They were engaged. And then more on Andre. Andre and Tatiana? This was my first like, oh my god, what's happening? Because we saw his butt. And like, was not expecting that. Was not expecting nudity in this show at all. Like, I know it's rated MA, and I know that they've aged it up from the source material. But there's still a lot of like 14-year-old readers of Vampire Academy, and they're gonna go watch this, and then there's gonna be nudity. So that was just like, it threw me. And then those two hooking up, I would say it's weird, but in the books, that is totally something that book Tatiana would do as well. If you know, you know. The juxtaposition between the Dampiers fighting and the royal party was, they do this a lot where they're splitting in between like Dampiers fighting and then the royals doing something, and just showing the two different, like how they're treated. And every episode they have that intro thing where they're like, revolution is coming. So, I want to see the revolution. Eric Dragomir finally spoke, and then we're in the limo. Did the limo driver die as well? No one mentioned the limo driver at all, because none of them were driving the car. Then we have our 3-month time gap, which is interesting. So the whole 2 years they ran away from school did not happen. And apparently Rose stayed at the academy and Lissa left to go mourn. And they were separated for 3 months. And then Dimitri was hired in those 3 months and then came back with Lissa. Oh, Dimitri. Will Rose Hathaway be a problem? Yes, she will. There should be a problem you'll love. My battery is already dying. Sonia saying it's a beautiful yellow that Lissa is wearing. So Sonia doesn't really know about auras at the moment. They seem to be, like, even the spirit users seem to not know what they can do. And then we didn't spend nearly enough time with the Dampiers before we went back to Lissa. So sometimes those, like, splitting between the two is good, but then when it's actually like a Rose scene and then a Lissa scene and a Rose scene and a Lissa scene, I feel like we were like skipping between very quickly, and I would have liked more time to actually sit with Rose, mostly because Rose is my fave, but I'm also really loving this Lissa. Loving the fight, surprised by the strength. So they're like, I feel like they're stronger than the book versions of them, because they like kick someone and they just across the room. And then later on, Rose like jumps like 2 stories down and she's fine. In the book, she broke her ankle falling off of a bench, and she made this jump and she was fine. The bond, so Rose didn't seem like she knew what was happening, so this was the first time that the bond was happening. So we're really at the beginning of everything. And then Lissa, so when she had a nightmare and she went outside and she was burning herself in the sun. So that is an interesting replacement for her self-harm from the books. And it seems like that was the only time that they had her burn herself now. So it's like touching on the mental health side of things, but then she kind of gets over it very quickly, which is interesting. I can see why that they wanted to pull back from that, but also I feel like they should have lent more into her mental health like they do in the books. We'll see if more comes up later. Lissa's dad apparently Lissa's dad made jokes about Rose's accent, and as an Aussie, I feel that you can't go one day on TikTok without someone mocking an Australian accent. And then Dimitri's like on the turret and he's doing his like Tai Chi and fighting thing, and like he looked good, but imagine how much better he would look with the long hair. Oh, Rose and Lissa when they were out of the wards, and then Rose felt sick. And with her Strigoi sensor, yes, I'm so glad that happened, because I don't think we got that in the movie. So we got her Strigoi sensing. Oh, the flaming wards, oh my god, when they threw the Strigoi through and then like the wards burnt the Strigoi up. That was intense, but also, could that be weakening the wards? Well, harsh but true words from Dimitri about like putting Lissa in danger, blah blah blah. I get it. Oh, the Dampier dorm is something. We really need a revolution for them. In the books, each Dampier has a separate room. In the TV show, they're all in one room and they have like cot style beds. So we need this revolution so they can have proper beds. Oh, Janine's email, that's like straight from the books about being, I'm so disappointed in you, Rose. Oh, Rose and Mason like going at it immediately, and they have been hooking up this entire time. That was interesting. So I guess it brings forward like the love triangle to like speed things up. They are adorable together. Lissa was named Air, which initially I was like, oh my god, are we just going straight for it? But then later on in future episodes, we see what happens. I just have it was good, so that's probably what I wrote at the end of the episode, that it was good. I'm so impressed. And it doesn't feel like the Vampire Diaries or the originals, which I'm so glad about. A lot of that probably comes down to the fact that it's on a streaming service and not the CW. And I do love the Vampire Diaries and the originals, but I'm so glad this thing is standing on its own. I can see where they're throwing things in from the book, like Rose's talk with the Queen. That is something that happens later in a different context, more about Adrian. And then I can also see how they're building their own story, and I have no idea where they're gonna go once they burn through all of like the stuff that they're taking from the books. I loved each actor in their roles. Like, I feel for Lissa. I fucking adore Sisi as Rose. Like, she speaks like me as well. Like, the first time she said it's fucking adorable, I was like, I say that constantly. And just the amount of swearing, I'm so glad that they can do that, because like they allude to it in the books where Dimitri refuses to teach Rose how to swear in Russian because he's like, you swear enough as it is, and she's like, I'm just like using my self-expression. But we never actually get to see it in the books because it's a YA book. So I'm so glad she's swearing, and because she's Aussie, it makes sense and it flows. And the show is visually gorgeous. Like the castles, the churches, just some of the shots as well, and the lighting and the costumes. It is so pretty and gorgeous. Like even just in the John Pier bar, I'm like, I am loving this aesthetic. So yeah, that's my rambly thoughts on the first episode of Vampire Academy. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let's discuss. Let's try and keep the discussion in this one to episode 1, and then we can continue with the discussion in my episode 2 video. I'm also really glad that we're getting weekly drops from now on, because filming 4 videos at once was a lot. Still is a lot. I'm not done filming. My camera battery cannot keep up with this. I need to buy a new camera anyway. As always, there is some things that like mainly to do with the absence of like the Russian and Romanian stuff that the book was so firmly based on. I'm not the biggest fan that they're taking that out, but it is standing on its own thing, and we always have the books. So remember, when discussing it with people, you're like, the TV show is this thing, but the books are this thing. I'm so impressed that they were able to pull this together in such a short amount of time as well, because the show was only announced like a year ago. So they made this happen quickly. I would also one day really love to like sit down with Julie and Marguerite and just pick their brain on how they did this. So if they're somehow watching this, hi, I would love to just like have tea with you and discuss. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to see all of my other Vampire Academy videos that are coming, and yeah, comment what you thought.